Hi, I'm Sharon, and welcome to Knit Style. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 131 of Knit Style. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I know that you have a choice of many knitting podcasts, and I'm so happy that you chose mine. So let's get started, shall we? I have a lot to talk about. All right, so I'm continuing with my shawl series, and I'm wearing one of my nice, cozy, wintry shawls because it is quite cold out. The weather has changed and it's cold, and I don't mind. Although I don't really like the wind, but I am in the process of fixing that because I am knitting lots of things to keep me warm. Anyway, this is the Juneberry Shawl. I'm going to take it off and show it to you. I knit it last year. The designer is Jared Flood. And if you're a longtime viewer, you've seen this before, but I have new viewers and you haven't seen it. So here it is. I love it. It's got baubles, it's got lace. I knit it in a semi-variegated yarn, so the lace doesn't show up great when I wear it, but it's fine. I don't care. The yarn is Miss Babs Yowza in the Blue Ridge colorway. And I'm very happy with it. I don't have too many blue shawls, so yeah, I love it. It looks great with this nice flannel, and I'm nice and cozy, and I'm very happy. So yeah, I took this out this morning, haven't worn it in about a year, and I really enjoyed it today. And it was so funny. I don't know about you guys, but Thanksgiving is in 2 days, and I've been going to the grocery store like every day because one grocery store doesn't have this ingredient or that ingredient. Okay. Anyway, besides that, I was headed into the grocery store today once again, and a lady coming out saw me and said, "Oh, what a beautiful shawl or scarf." And I said, "Thank you." So that was amazing. That was really cool. Okay. So yeah, that's that. All right, the next shawl I want to show you is a shawl by Romy Hill. The design is by Romy Hill. The yarn is Wollmeise in the twin, which is, it has nylon in it. It's wool and nylon blend. I don't love the twin base for Wollmeise. It's not overly soft. I'm not crazy about it. It would make great socks. But this is a beautiful shawl. I think the name of it is Maya, M-A-I-A, by Romy Hill. I'll put the exact name in the down bar. But it's got beads and these beautiful leaf motifs. Romy Hill is very much known for designing patterns with a leaf motif, and it's beautiful. And it's one of those shawls that will stay on your shoulders really well, kind of like a Faroese shawl, like that. So I'll wear it at some point. So these are my blue shawls that I have, and yeah, they're nice. They're very nice. This one's a nice size. I like the size of this one. Not overly huge, but just nice to go over your shoulders. Okay. I have a tale of woe. My third shawl is missing. Literally missing. I lost a shawl Friday night. This is a sad story. So Rich and I went out to eat at the mall, at a restaurant that we enjoy at the mall, And we had a nice dinner. It was lovely. And we like to walk around the mall afterwards. And I only had one glass of wine, so I can't blame it on that. So, we went into stores and we were trying on clothes. And I think I left my shawl in the dressing room of a store. And I didn't notice it until I got home, and I immediately called because the mall was closing at that point. And they said, oh, we'll look for it. If we see it, we'll call you. No. I went back 2 days later. I went to every store that I was in. No, nothing. I went to the mall, lost and found. Nothing. So the shawl that I lost, it's really sad. I lost my Wildesmeer by Kristen Woolenvine Yarns. It was knit out of her, Narwhal base, which is the BFL silk base. And I really liked it. It had beads. It was a lot of lace. I'll put a picture of it in here. And it's lost forever. Okay, so don't feel too sorry for me. I have 38 more shawls, but I liked that one. It was special. So I'll have to knit another Wildesmeer, that's all. Not a big deal. But, oh well. I mean, I've never done that before. I've never lost any knitwear. I don't know what happened. You get in the frenzy of the season, So, yeah, that's my sad story. I have another sad story that has kind of a happy ending later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. This is the show of, sad knitting stories. I have a finished object. These are my Halloween socks. I finally Kitchenered the toe on the second one yesterday, and they are completely finished. I believe I even wove in the ends on both of them. That's a shocker. I usually wait until just before I wear them to weave in the ends, or not. I've been known to wear socks with the ends unwoven in for months. Anyway, so they're beautiful. The yarn is Knitty & Color in the creepy colorway, and I love it. And I love this base because it's a very light fingering base, fits in your socks fantastically, and they're beautiful. So the construction is just your basic top-down sock. 2x2 cuff, knit down the leg, heel flap, just a slip stitch heel flap, gusset, foot, Kitchener, classic toe, Kitchener. So they were fun. Love them. I love how they pulled a little bit around the gusset area. Love that. I like pulling. Other people hate it. I love it. So, love the socks. I'm excited to wear them. These are pair 8 for the year. I am not going to make 12 pairs this year for my box of socks, but that's cool. I'm okay with that. I have my other Halloween socks almost half finished. That would be pair 9. I need 3 more pairs by the end of the year. It's not going to happen because socks hurt my hands lately, and I can only knit on them a little bit at a time. So, yeah, I'm going to be knitting some heavy kind of slippery socks soon, which I'll talk about next week. But I will not have 12 pairs. I may have, I'm shooting for 10. So 10, 11, we'll see. But I love these. Okay, works in progress. This is another Romy Hill pattern. It is purl-less. And I showed you this last week. I I actually haven't gotten a lot accomplished on this week. I did do a few rows though, so I will show it to you. But I've been knitting something else that I really need, so that's why the progress on this has been a little bit slow. So this is the shawl. It is knit out of Woolen Vine yarns in the Gashley Crumb color, and it's beautiful. So I need to do 5 of these motifs. I've just started my 4th one, and then I do something else after I do 5. And it's going to be beautiful. I'm hoping to finish it by the holidays, so I have a sparkly shawl for the holidays. Even though it's not traditional holiday colors, it's okay. So yeah, that is my Pearless shawl by Romy Hill. I told you guys that I was working on something else that I really needed, and I talked about it last week. I really need a nice warm hat for outside because I like being outside even in the wintertime. I like to work out outside, and I'm planning on getting snowshoes for when it snows because I think we're going to get snow this year. We got nothing last year. 0 zip. Not even we got maybe a dusting. So I'm hoping we can get snow, and I want to try the sport of snowshoeing. So I'm going to need some warm winter woolies for that. So I cast this on. This is a pattern by Mina Phillip of the Knitting Expat podcast. It is called the Open Skies hat. Very appropriate because I like being out in the open skies. So I am going to knit this shorter. This is a very slouchy hat. I'm going to knit it with less slouch. And I cast it on this week, and I've gotten some nice progress on it. So here it is. I love it. I finished 2 repeats of the cable, and now I'm going to be starting the decreases because I want more of a beanie style. So I'm going to put it on, and you'll see it has a double thickness brim. First of all, how beautiful is that with my coloring, if I do say so myself? It's lovely. Look, I hardly have any left to do. It's a little on the tight side, but that's okay because I believe the snugness will help with the warmth. And I'm going to block it and do a little stretchy stretch, so it should block to the perfect size, I'm hoping. But oh my goodness, my ears get cold very easily, so it covers my ears very nicely. And I love it. Look how pretty. So my coat is this color, and it matches. I have also a heavier winter coat that's blue, and this will match. It looks nice with the shawl too. So I dyed this yarn, and I love how it was knitting up. It's a very subtle tonal. You can see a little bit of the gray in there and lighter blue. And I just love it. I really enjoyed knitting this up. So, yeah, I talked about how I dyed it last week. I had dyed it first like this light turquoise, which I didn't care for. So I put another shade of blue on top, and then a gray. I glazed it with gray, and it came out great. This is a cashmere blend in a DK weight that I carry in my shop, and oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to see how it wears, and if it wears nicely, I'm going to dye myself a sweater's worth because it's just it's cozy, it's lovely. So yeah, I'm really excited about this hat. I can't wait to finish it so I can wear it on my runs in the cold weather or snowshoeing. Okay, so I should finish this. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I only have the decreases to do. Okay, next up is a project that is consuming all of my time, but I don't mind because I'm really enjoying it. So this is Novum by Martina Bem. I've been wanting to knit this for a very long time, and I am knitting it out of handspun. I showed you the cake last week. It's huge. It is an 8-ounce cake of yarn that I spun, and I've gotten about 20% done. Ask me how I know. Every night I weigh it and I see how many grams I've knit. So I'm averaging about 3 grams a night. 2, 3, sometimes I get 4. So I started off with 224 grams. I'm down to 182 grams. 20% finished. I'm only knitting on this in the evenings because I'm saving my daytime knitting for the other projects that you saw. So, want to see it? Here it is. So last week you just saw the orange part, and I have it actually now on a longer needle. And look at the colors. I think these colors are just gorgeous. And what's nice is I really wanted like a gradient look, and this is definitely more of a gradient than striped. I mean, it might start to stripe later on in the knitting, but it's a very subtle stripe right now, gradient-ish. And all the colors mixed together. It's just beautiful, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah, I'm kind of getting to another orange bit. So we'll see. So yeah, I am really excited about this one. I'm having a great time knitting it. It's super soft. The spinning is good. It's nice and soft. There are points where it's a bit over-plied because I plied this on my Hansen, and that was a new tool for me, and it was hard for me to tell whether it was plying up. I mean, I measured the plies, but I don't know, you can't really see it. So here it's plied pretty well. It's a nice even ply, not over plied. But then here in this section it got a little bit over plied. I have no idea if you can see this, but it's fine. It's all together very soft, and so I'll know next time how to ply a little better. I think I over plied it just a little bit in sections, so, but overall it's fine. It's lovely. It's soft. It's great. So yeah, that's that project. And that's pretty much all I worked on this week. That's a lot, actually. And I'm hoping to finish this huge shawl by Vogue Knitting Live. I don't know if I will. I'm on track to finish it. I'm going to have to, toward the end, work on it constantly and not work on anything else in order to finish it by Vogue Knitting Live. So we'll see. We'll see what I'm into at the time. I don't know. I mean, Rich wants me to knit him a Vulpix like I knit my son Troy. So I'm going to dye him yarn for that. I love dyeing my own yarn. It's really fun. It's really nice to be able to do that. Because he said, oh, he liked the color of my hat. And I said, well, I could do the contrasting color in that color and then pick another color. So he's picking like this color blue. So it's great. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some things that I purchased this week. And I was lucky enough to be able to make some time in my schedule to go down to Kristen's trunk show, Wool and Vine Yarns. And it was just a lovely day. It was this past Saturday, and the weather was absolutely gorgeous. It was in the 60s. I had a great ride down. I mean, a lot of traffic, but it was fine. It was a good ride down there to New Jersey. Took me about an hour and 40 minutes. So it was a bit of a hike, but that was fine. So I did a vlog about it. If you haven't seen the vlog, watch it. If you're interested in yarn, there's a lot of yarn in that vlog. So it was really, really fun. And I came home with one skein and I ordered 2 more because I'm just obsessed with one of the bases that Kristen dyes. And she only had one of the colors that I wanted in that base. So what's nice is if you go to one of her trunk shows, she will take a custom order for you. So I custom ordered 2 more skeins in the base that I wanted. So I came home with this skein. And this is Dirty on Purpose. And it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And the base is the Volca base, which is 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon, 435 yards. So this is so soft. This is what I made my Trillion shawl out of in the Outlander colorway, and I just love this yarn. I really like MCN a lot. That's what I'm knitting my hat out of, is an MCN base, and I just love, I'm really becoming obsessed with MCN. I really enjoy it. I just like the softness of it, and it wears really well. That other shawl shows no signs of wear, and I've been wearing it a lot. So I got this one, and then in a couple weeks you'll see my other 2 skeins. So I am very excited about those 2. I won't tell you what colors they are. You'll see them when they come in. So yeah, so go check out my vlog. I show a lot of the yarn. I show the store, and yeah, it's up on my channel. You'll see it. It's the one right before this one. Remember when I told you I had another tale of woe? This one has a happier ending, however. So the other day, my husband and we commute together, and we were coming home from work, and it was still light out, and we pull in the driveway, and my husband says, "What is that in the driveway?" And I look, and it's a package, and the package was just flat and looked like it had been run over. I said, I don't know. So I didn't really see it. He said, it looks like there's something leaking out of it. And I was like, I can't imagine what that would be. So he pulls up to it and picks it up, and he says, oh my God, it's like it's paint or something. So he said, smell my hand where the stuff, it was like this white stuff. So I smelled it, and it didn't have a good smell at all. I'm like, ooh, I don't know what that, it smelled like paint. I don't know. It was nasty. So I said, I have no idea what this is. So he parks the car, and I went over to the package, turned it over. Lo and behold, it was my package from Germany, my very last Strickmish package from Martina Bem. So he's like, don't bring that in the house. It's got that stuff all over it. And I said, it's mine. I'm bringing it in the house. It's yarn. So I was afraid to open it because it was just, the package was just flattened. So I brought it inside, and it smelled. I couldn't imagine what this could have been leaking out of it. And it turns out that it was a sample of hand cream. Okay, so this hand cream is Santa Verde hand cream. I'm sorry, I can't recommend it. I mean, if you're sensitive to odors, I mean, it's got pure aloe vera juice. I'm sure it's wonderful for your skin. I did not like the smell at all. It smelled very medicinal to me. So I wasn't really upset that it got destroyed. You know, I'm not going to contact Martina about it because I don't really want this sample of this product. Luckily, the yarn was intact. Whew. And Martina packs all her packages in plastic, so luckily that cream didn't get on the package. So you can see here, the package has a hole, but not a big deal. Everything else in the package is intact, and the yarn is gorgeous. So the theme of this is grapefruits, which are in season right now, I guess. They are in Florida anyway. And I love grapefruit. I'm not so sure I would wear these colors this time of year. But they're just lovely. Look at that purple. It's in this yellow. It's just beautiful. So the pattern is a cowl. It's called Tortanja. And I will not be knitting this. I do not like cowls. I've knit cowls in the past. I knit one long one like this once, and I just didn't care for it. And I frogged it. So I won't be knitting this. I'm probably going to give the pattern to a friend of mine who loves knitting cowls. So, yeah. No. I don't know what this is going to be. I'm not sure. It's a single, so it wouldn't be good for socks. It is 100% superwash merino. So it's going to be some sort of shawl someday, but I don't know. Maybe one of Martina's other patterns. So it's just that I do love this, but I don't wear these colors at all in the winter time, which is when I wear my shawls. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this. Spring shawl, I guess. But yeah, so that was my last shipment from Strickmish. Luckily, my yarn didn't get destroyed, although if it did, I'm sure I could have contacted Martina and had her send me new yarn. She's great like that. I did call the postman. He said it was a substitute driver, and that's why they threw the package in my driveway. I figured out it was the UPS truck that backed over it, because no one else went in and out at that time except the UPS truck. I have mail issues. I'm not even going to get into it. But anyway, so my review of the club. I've gotten 4 shipments. I think every skein of yarn is beautiful. I love them all. I will knit 3 out of the 4 patterns that I got, so I count that as a successful club. I was very happy with the club. Criticisms. One thing, I think that the colors in the club could have been a little bit more varied, because I got 2 skeins that were bluish, like a turquoise blue, and 2 skeins that were in the pink family. And I would have preferred a more variety of color, perhaps. and maybe more seasonal colors. I mean, I'm getting this in the winter, and I don't know. I got a darker pink in the summer, which was kind of interesting. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm a real kind of seasonal girl. You know, I'm very much into knitting for the season. I don't know. Are you like that? Do you knit for the season? So, yeah, I just thought it was kind of odd seasonal choices, but they were all beautiful, and I'm still very happy with the club. I just think that the colors could have been a little more varied. Patterns were beautiful. I loved 3 out of the 4. It's my bias that I don't knit cowls, so, you know, I'm sure other people would be thrilled with that pattern. So it's me, not the pattern. So yeah, a successful club. I am not joining again this year because I'm dyeing yarn now, and you know, I don't, if I want something in a color that I desire, I can dye it myself, or you know, shop from dyers that I know what I'm getting, what I'm looking at. So yeah. So that's my review of the club. All right, so a little administrative things before I leave you. One thing is, my friend Donna finished her shawl, and the yarn was purchased at Rhinebeck. So I have a picture of that shawl, and it is from Fiber Optic, and it was a gradient, and it's just beautiful. I just loved seeing her knit that up, and she finished it really quickly. So yeah, I have a picture of that right here in case you're interested, because a lot of you watched my shopping trip with Donna, and she's a really fast knitter. She's currently knitting up a sweater out of yarn that I dyed for her. I did a custom order, and I will show you a picture of that when she finishes that, which should be very soon. So yeah, so that's kind of fun. I have a knit along going on in the Knit Style podcast group, and that is a holiday knit along. I am going to give prize for the chatter thread if I get more chatter. I'm not getting a lot of chatter in the chatter thread, so I'm not going to draw a prize unless there's more chatter. But I will draw a prize from the finished objects thread, which will be open until December 31st or January 1st. So I'm enjoying seeing all of your finished objects in that thread. 1 post per person, please. And so that's going on. I only have one more thing to talk about, and that is my shop update, which is going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, November 23rd, 2016 at 8 p.m. Eastern on Etsy. So I have a bunch of skeins of candy canes that are going in the shop. Some of them are extra licked. They have some pink, but I think the pink makes it look really pretty. You know how you lick candy canes and they turn pink? So I have a sparkly one. This one's really pretty. The sparkly one. And I just have some regular ones. And yeah, I'm really happy with them. I think they're just so festive. And this is becoming one of my favorite colors, and if it gets sold out, I'm going to dye a lot more. I love these ribbon candy. Oh my goodness, they're so colorful. And also festive. They have red and green. But I enjoy ribbon candy so much, and I enjoy this color very much. So I have, this one's a sparkly one. And this one is just a plain. So yeah, that's it. That's the shop update news. Hope to see you tomorrow evening. Before you get in the middle of your, Thanksgiving prep, jump on Etsy. Go buy some yarn from me or someone else. I know I'll be doing some shopping. Retail therapy. with that, I'm going to let you guys go and start cooking. I'm going to start drinking. No, well, I kind of am. I'm going to have a cocktail. My vacation starts tonight. I have a 5-day weekend, so I'm really excited. So I'm going to have a martini with my husband, and we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres for dinner. Why not? So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S., and I hope you guys have a great week if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, if you're overseas. So, yeah, have a great week. Cheers.